Well, it's that time of year. I don't go out very often when it's really cold. I just can't stand the cold. And a lot of you who are subscribed to my channel will already realise that I've recently started turning some of my junk into treasure. Trash to treasure. So that can either be trash that you can treasure or turning trash into treasure. And some of them are really beautifully imperfect. Now, of course, they're imperfect because sometimes they've been nicked or knocked or chipped, or you hit them with the spade when you dig them up, or they've been clumped by the plough and folded in half. All sorts of conditions they come out of the ground in. So what I'm doing is actually quite unique. I'm giving new life to something that's perhaps been buried for decades or even longer. Recently I made a pickle fork ring. Yes, a finger ring from a pickle fork. It was sterling silver and it cleaned up beautifully. It was so popular, in fact, that someone else has sent me one. But this one is EPNS, so it's just silver plated, stainless steel silver plated, but it's a lovely pickle fork. Now, as it happens, I was talking to one of our YouTube colleagues across the pond, Aquachigger. Now, I spoke to Mr. Chigger and I said to him, have you seen what I'm doing with the stuff I'm digging up? I think it's quite unusual because anybody else that's doing it on YouTube are using uncirculated or at least mint condition coins. I'm giving, new life to something that's been lost for such a long period of time, and he liked the idea. And I said, look, when you get a moment, send me one and I'll show my subscribers what you're doing. So I thought, well, I can't resist that opportunity. So I'm going to start off by making this into a finger ring. And then I'm going to make a coin ring for him as well. So let's get on and let's start off with this pickle fork and turn it into a ring. To start with, the tool I'm going to be using is this one. It's a ring sizer. This one is a ring reducer, so if your ring is too big you can put it in there and make it into a smaller size. This one is a ring stretcher. And this one has a different function altogether, and it will help me to turn this into something quite beautiful. So let's get on with it. I'm just going to show you part of the process. Now, I want the apostle on this pickle fork to be on the top of the ring, so I can't bend the forks the way, the tines on the fork, the way they go at the moment. I've got to bend them the other way so it comes around over the top. So this is what we do. Superb. You get so far and then you can hold it in the jaws and then just bend the rest. So that's where we've got to so far. Doesn't look like much of a ring at the moment, does it? Right, so far we've got as far as that now, and all we have to do is just close it up and solder it. Well, you saw me put the ring there into the pickling solution, which helps clean off all that residue from the soldering and the heat, and that's the finished item. That's now an apostle pickle fork ring. Anyway, that's that done, and now to move on to a coin ring. Now Mr. Chiggers has taken a look at what I'm doing with this dug up stuff, and I must say I'm flattered that he would want one of these, probably to give away to one of his subscribers. I don't know the reason why he wants it. Hope that's the case. It'd be quite nice for it to be a giveaway from him. So the first thing I've got to do today is to get that coin annealed and then punched with a centre punch. Well, it's a dying punch, but through the centre of the coin. and then start the folding process to turn that into a ring. So Mr. Chigger, this one's for you. Go get a cup of tea and I'll show you the process of turning this coin into your ring. Right, that's the coin now annealed, down to cool down naturally and then just finally quenched as we were nearly there. Now I've just got to mark the centre of that and punch the centre out. I think I'll probably do a die punch of around about 1/2 inch on that one. It's going to make a little bit of a noise as it finally goes through the coin because it's a hard copper nickel, not silver. So here we go. 6-ton press. There we go. Right, that's actually punched very nicely indeed. That's dead centre, almost millimetre. Actually, it is millimetre perfect. It's only a fraction of a millimetre out. So I'm just going to deburr that now and sand the hole to make sure there are no fractures occurring from that punch, so we can begin to fold the coin on its first stages into a ring. So I'll be back with you in a minute. Right, the coin has been annealed again and now it needs to go for the first part of the fold. So I'm going to put it into the dapping block. It's a 20mm ball bearing on there and make sure it's level. Yep, I think that has turned out quite nicely. The next stage is a lot more metal on metal contact. So I have wrapped that coin now in Teflon tape, also sometimes called plumber's tape. It's very, very thin, and a few turns of that just helps to protect the legend on the coin from being rubbed off on metal to metal contact. So I'll just line that up now ready for the press and I'll show you the next stage. Right, that's the half a crown lined up nicely in the die, and the push is just about now getting that centre to push down. So, fingers crossed. We need to catch that before it bottoms out and put a bigger die block underneath. There we go. Now that coin is going to reduce as it goes through the dies and to pop out the bottom. Time to check it. Well, that's alright, looks good, and that just now needs to be annealed and to go through the press at least probably once, maybe even twice more. Happy with that. Well, I've passed the coin now, there we go, through 2 sets. I didn't need a 3rd set of the folding dies, and it came out of the other end now with perfectly straight sides like that. I just need to deburr the insides of both edges, round off both edges on the outside, give that a good polish, and that should be ready for sending to Mr. Chigger. Now, the whole process has taken me so far about 2 hours. I've still got about an hour left yet. Of course, I haven't shown you the full process because I've got videos about that already. But if you're interested in knowing, the full process of turning a coin into a ring, then I have got a video which I'll link to at the end of this video, so you can go and watch the full process. And that's using a different set of dies to form the ring into what's called a fat tire shape, and that's called a straight wall. So I'll put a link to that and you can check it out. Meanwhile, I'm just going to go now and deburr these and file the edges down. Right, there you go. Rough filed the edges off, and I've taken the reeded edge off as well. A lot of people, including myself, prefer to have the reeded edge taken off, so it does look nicer. So I'm now going to do just a little bit of sizing and polishing on there, and I'll show you what it looks like. People probably pass this half a crown round in circulation, not giving it a second thought, and why should they? Until somebody lost it. And then, now, it's reformed into something completely different, which somebody, hopefully, will go on to cherish. 1961. That might mean something to somebody. And the fact that it's been dug up and turned back into something, I think it makes it even more special. There we go, still not quite finished yet. But it's looking good. That's fantastic. Right, so I'll get this finished and send that over to Mr. Chigger, and he can decide what he's going to do with that. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. My passion for the last 3 years has been metal detecting. It's only the last few weeks when I looked at my coin collection and thought, what a waste. These are beautiful coins just left in the ground. I've saved them and now they're hidden away in a cupboard or a box somewhere. I might as well not have bothered to save them in the first place. I must be able to do something with them. And I watched a few videos and I saw how to make one into a coin ring, something I've always wanted to do. So I bought the equipment. So this is going to be the start of something new. It's beautifully imperfect because it's been hit by a spade, it's been lying in the ground. It's not perfect by any means because it's not an uncirculated or a mint coin. But that, I think, gives it even more meaning, don't you? I decided I would give this a coat of black enamel just to make that legend pop. And it looks really good in my opinion. Not bad for a knackered half crown which I dug up. So now I'm going to get this in the post to you. I can't wait to see this coin ring on your video. Wonder what you'll do with it. I'm going to be giving away one of these rings every month in 2017 to one of my subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, or at least consider it. And if you've seen anything you like at all in the video, please leave a thumbs up and leave me a comment as to why you would like to own one of these rings. And I'll do my best to select you at random when it comes to the monthly draw. But thanks for being with me. Thanks Mr. Chiggers, and I'll catch you soon.
Making videos for you cause he's a YouTube creator. Always filming and editing scenes, ready to watch on all your screens. New videos every week, so please subscribe.
Catch you later.